Hello everyone, I'm Dominic. In this video, I am presenting the Baldrige 7 criteria for performance excellence in educational management. In this video, I will present the following: overview of Baldrige, the Baldrige Excellence Framework and the system's perspective, education criteria for performance excellence, scoring system, and how to respond to the education criteria. Let's get started! The Baldrige National Award, named after Malcolm Baldrige, who served as United States Secretary of Commerce during the Reagan administration, recognizes U.S. organizations in the business, healthcare, education, and nonprofit sectors for performance excellence. The Baldrige Award is the highest formal recognition of the performance excellence of both public and private U.S. organizations given by the President of the United States. It is administered by the Baldrige Excellence Program, which is based at and managed by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, an agency of the U.S. Department of Commerce. Let's talk about the Baldrige Excellence Framework and its systems perspective. The Baldrige Excellence Framework empowers organizations to reach its goals, improve results, and become more competitive. Thousands of organizations around the world use the Baldrige Excellence Framework to improve and get sustainable results. Those recognized as national role models receive the Malcolm Baldrige National Quality Award, a presidential award. More than 100 recipients have broadly shared their best practices with others. Through that sharing, many thousands of organizations have improved their operations and results, and thus their contributions to the U.S. and global economies. What can Baldrige do for your organization? Whether your organization is new, is growing, or has existed for many years, it faces daily and long-term challenges. It also has strengths that have served you well so far. The Baldrige Excellence Framework helps you identify and leverage your strengths and prepare to face your challenges. It helps you address issues that are important to your organization, understanding what it takes to be competitive and achieve long-term success in your education environment, getting your leaders, managers, and workforce all on the same page, ensuring that your employees understand and can contribute to the drivers of your organization's success, understanding and meeting or exceeding the requirements and expectations of your students and other customers, ensuring that your operations are efficient and lead to short and long-term success. As a result, you will be better able to position your organization to succeed and accomplish your mission with a sense of greater clarity and with alignment among your leaders, employees, students, other customers, and key partners. Let's look into the system perspective of Baldrige Excellence Framework. The basis of education criteria is a set of core values and concepts that are embedded in high-performing organizations. The organizational profile sets the context for your organization. It serves as the background for all you do. The performance system consists of the 7 categories in the center of the figure. These categories define your processes and the results you achieve. Performance excellence requires strong leadership and is demonstrated through outstanding results. The leadership triad, leadership, strategy, and customers, emphasizes the importance of a leadership focus on strategy and customers. The results triad, workforce operations and results, includes your workforce-focused processes, your key operational processes, and the performance results they yield. All actions lead to results, a composite of student learning and processes, customer, workforce, leadership and governance, and budgetary, financial, market, and strategy results. The word integration at the center of the figure shows that all the elements of the system are interrelated. The center horizontal arrowheads show the critical linkage between the leadership triad on the left and the results triad on the right, and the central relationship between the leadership and results categories. The center vertical arrowheads point to the organizational profile and the system foundation, which provides information on and feedback to key processes and the organizational environment. The system foundation, measurement, analysis, and knowledge management is critical to effective management into a fact-based, knowledge-driven, agile system for improving performance and competitiveness. Let's now move to education criteria for performance excellence. Let's see the education criteria for performance excellence items and their point values. The first category is leadership with 120-point values. Strategies has 85-point values. Customers has 85-point values. Measurement, analysis, and knowledge management has 90. Workforce has 85. Operations has 85. And results has 450. A total points of 1,000. Please take note that the organizational profile doesn't have point values. Let's take a look at each of these categories. Oh, before we dive into the 7 categories, we should begin with the organizational profile. The organizational profile is the most appropriate starting point for self-assessment and for writing an application. The organizational profile is a snapshot of your organization and its strategic environment. In organizational description, you provide key organizational characteristics. Under organizational environment, you provide details of your educational program and service offerings, mission, vision, values and culture, workforce profile, assets, and regulatory environment. Under organizational relationships, you provide answers for your organizational structure, students, other customers and stakeholders, and suppliers, partners, and collaborators. In organizational situation, you identify your organization's strategic situation, the competitive environment, competitive position, competitive changes, comparative data, a strategic context, and performance improvement system. The organizational profile sets the context for understanding your organization and how it operates, and allows you to address unique aspects of your organization in your responses to the education criteria questions in categories 1 to 7. Let's go to the first criterion, leadership with 120 points. The leadership category asks how senior leaders' personal actions guide and sustain your organization. It also asks about your organization's governance system, how your organization fulfills its legal and ethical responsibilities, and how it makes societal contributions. The second criterion is strategy with 85 points. The strategy category asks how your organization develops strategic objectives and action plans, implements them, changes them if circumstances require, and measures progress. It also inquires about your strategy development process, innovation, strategy considerations, work system and core competencies, and strategic objectives. And regarding strategy implementation, the question is how do you implement your strategy? It includes action plan development and deployment and action plan modification. The third is customers with 85 points. The customers category inquires how your organization engages its students and other customers for ongoing market success, including how your organization listens to the voice of the customers, serves and exceeds students and other customers' expectations, and builds long-term relationships with the students and other customers. The number 4 is the measurement, analysis, and knowledge management category with 90 points. This category asks how your organization selects, gathers, analyzes, manages, and improves its data, information, and knowledge assets, how it uses review findings to improve its performance, and how it learns from those data. The number 5 is workforce with 85 points. The workforce category inquires how your organization assesses workforce capability and capacity needs and builds a workforce environment that is conducive to high performance. The category also inquires how your organization engages, manages, and develops your workforce to utilize its full potential in alignment with your organization's overall needs. The number 6 is operations with 85 points. The operations category inquires how your organization designs, manages, improves, and innovates its educational programs and services, and work processes and improves operational effectiveness to deliver value to students and other customers and achieve ongoing organizational success. The number 7 is results with 450 points. The results category inquires about your organization's performance and improvement in all key areas: student, learning and process results, customer results, workforce results, leadership and governance results, and financial, budgetary, market, and strategy results. Those are the 7 education criteria for performance excellence. If you are interested to see more details, the PDF format of this booklet is available in our GC. We now come to scoring system. The scoring of responses to Baldrige education criteria for performance excellence items is based on 2 evaluation dimensions: process for categories 1 to 6 and results for category 7. The process dimension refers to the methods your organization uses and improves. Processes address the questions in categories 1 to 6. The 4 factors used to evaluate process are approach, deployment, learning, and integration, or ADLI or ADLI. Baldrige-based feedback reflects strengths and opportunities for improvement in these factors. A score for a process item is based on a holistic assessment of your overall performance, taking into account the 4 process factors. Let's understand this ADLI. Approach comprises the methods used to carry out the process, the appropriateness of these methods to the item questions and your operating environment, the effectiveness of your use of the methods, and the degree to which the approach is repeatable and based on reliable data and information. Deployment is the extent to which your approach addresses item questions that are relevant and important to your organization. Your approach is applied consistently, and your approach is used by all appropriate work units. Learning. Learning comprises the refinement of your approach through cycles of evaluation and improvement, the encouragement of breakthrough change to your approach through innovation, and the sharing of refinements and innovations with other relevant work units and processes in your organization. Integration is the extent to which your approach is aligned with the organizational needs identified in the organizational profile and other process items. Your measures, information, and improvement systems are complementary across processes and work units, and your plans, processes, results, analyses, learning, and actions are harmonized across processes and work units to support organization-wide goals. So that is the ADLI, the scoring dimensions for process. Let's go to results dimension. Results are the outputs and outcomes your organization achieves, which address the questions in category 7. The 4 factors used to evaluate results are levels, trends, comparisons, and integration, or let's see. A score for a results item is based on a holistic assessment of your overall performance, taking into account the 4 results factors. Levels are your current performance on a meaningful measurement scale. Trends comprise your rate of performance improvement or continuation of good performance in areas of importance, like the slope of data points over time. Comparisons comprise your performance relative to that of others, appropriate organizations, such as competitors or organizations similar to yours, or benchmarks. Integration is the extent to which your results measures, often through segmentation, address important performance requirements relating to students, other customers, educational programs and services, markets, processes, action plans, and organization-wide goals identified in your organizational profile and in the process items. Those are the factors used for scoring the category 7 or the results. Let's take a look at the scoring guidelines. The first one is the process scoring guidelines for categories 1 to 6. The second one is the results scoring guideline for Category 7. As you can see, the first column contains the scores from 0 to 100%. The second column contains the description that follow the 4 factors or Ed.D for process. And let's see LTCI for results. How to score on item response. Step 1, follow the scoring guidelines. Step 2, choose the scoring range. Example, 30 to 45%, 50 to 65%, or 70 to 85%. That is most descriptive of the organization's achievement level as presented in the item response. Choose this range based on a holistic view of either the 4 process factors Ed.D or the 4 results factors, let's see, in aggregate. In this holistic view, the scoring range to assign is the one that best reflects your organization's response as a whole. The most descriptive range is not necessarily a perfect fit. It often reflects some gaps between the response and the description of one or more of the factors in the chosen scoring range. Read the next higher and the next lower scoring ranges. Step 3 is assign a score, example 75% or 80%, within the chosen range by evaluating whether the item response as a whole is closer to the statement in the next higher or the next lower scoring range. Let's now move to the last part, how to respond to the education criteria. Here are the first steps. Learn about the Baldrige framework, understand how to read and respond to a criteria item, review the scoring guidelines, understand the meaning of key terms, and start with the organizational profile. Next, how do we respond to process items? First, understand the meaning of how. Give information on your key processes with regard to Ed.D, and understand the meaning of what. That is the alignment and integration in your performance management system. Next, how do we respond to results items? Focus on your organization's most critical performance results. Report levels, trends, and comparisons, and show integration. And lastly, how do we respond efficiently? Cross-reference when appropriate. Use a compact format like flowchart or list to maximize space, and use graphs and tables. That is a quick overview how to respond to Malcolm Baldrige education criteria. To recap, we talk about the overview of Malcolm Baldrige, the Baldrige Excellence Framework and a System Perspective, education criteria for performance excellence, scoring system, and how to respond to the education criteria. Thank you for listening and for watching.